it's Mad Queen. Welcome to the Queen's Lair. This is going to be a bit of a turn or a little bit of a change from the content I usually make where I chat about Ace. So yes, this is more of a chatty video, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, but also if you're not into that, no hard feelings, no big deal. I wanted to make a little bit different kind of video where I talk about the things I like about Ace. I think people get confused a bit because I do get very passionate about the things that I say in general. I'm just a very passionately speaking person. And whenever I talk about, Ace is messing this up and they're messing this up and they need to fix this and the game is, the game is dying or, whatever I might say. And all of those things may be true, but I also wouldn't have anything to say like that if I didn't actually like the game. So I have had people in my community that have, asked me like, hey, Queen, what's the next game? What are we moving on to? And, that really definitely came after I released my video saying I am no longer going to be monetarily supporting the game as I was. I'm going to be a very low / free to play player in the game. And a lot of people thought that, I was just like, I was out of here. And I can see how you might have thought that, but that's not the case. I don't plan on leaving, at least as of now. I'll be totally honest though, if another game comes along and they're like, hey, offer me a good deal to use my Ace channel, I might have to go for it, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there at this point. I think we're really far off from that. I really do like this game. I've put so much time, energy, and effort into it. If you don't know, because you haven't been following me, I am an official content creator for the game. So I do collaborate directly with the staff of awakenchaosera. I have been a content creator for right at around a year now. I think I started their CC program either at the end of February or beginning of March in 2022, so last year. I actually started out as a Twitch streamer. I had never watched anybody stream Twitch, and I had never streamed Twitch, but one day I was hanging out with one of my friends, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. We're going to stream some Twitch. And so here we are now. But I have been playing the game since I think about around October, November of 2021. So before the game was actually global released, I have been through so many things with this game. So many promises that haven't been made, but some promises that were made, so many ups and downs with this game. And whenever you're putting your money and your time into anything, it is an investment, so I do care because I have invested in this game, not only as a player, but as a content creator, hoping that this game is still going to be here in 5 years and hopefully doing well. At this point, obviously, I don't know what that's going to be like, but that's not the point of this video. So I want to go over the things I really do like Ace and the reasons I am still playing. I know I do briefly tell you guys in my videos where I'm very passionately telling you the things I don't like, that I play because it's still a fun game. It's a good game, but the developers are just not so good. And that is really a big part of it. They have a very, very good game. When I started playing this, originally, it depends on when you started playing, but this is a brand new layout. We didn't get this until January of this year, 2023. So this has only been out for a couple of months now, where you have this whole city layout. For a long time, it was a tavern. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with that, I have videos on my channel that, show that. I don't know exactly which ones, but they're going to be older ones. And they actually did buff how the tavern looked at one point too. I didn't ever imagine they would do this, but I like this. I really do like this. And that's not why I stay and play the game though. But I'm just saying they have made a lot of changes. Some have been very good, some have not been. And when I first started playing, one of the biggest complaints that I had, and not just myself, but a lot of other people had, was there was not enough content in the game. Yes, believe it or not, go back a year. People were complaining because we did not have enough content. So when you take a look here, we did not have RTA. We didn't have the Lost Sanctuary. We didn't have Chosen Faction challenges. We did have all of these and all of these. We did not have Storm Duel. There was a lot of stuff that we didn't have that we do now. And I think, honestly, a big benefit for Ace, and I'm sorry, you're going to probably see my dog down here. If I don't pet him, he is going to annoy us. So I have to pet him during my video. Sorry, I've tried multiple times not to. Okay, Mr. Crazy Man. But, okay, now I lost my thought process. Hold on, Crazy Man. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just went ahead and sent him outside to play. I would edit this part out, but I think it's just a little funny, so I'm gonna keep it. Anyways, as far as, all of those changes like I was talking about, man, I may repeat something because, my dog really kind of got me, got me out of what I was trying to think about. But originally, for a long time, you could log into the game and do all of your daily stuff within like an hour and a half, because there really wasn't that much to do. And that was a big thing we had kept asking for, is more content, more content. And they did deliver on that. There is a lot of content in the game now. And if you want to do everything in a day, every day that you can, it's going to take you a long time. And so now we've been kind of like coming back saying, hey, is there a way to make some of this content a bit faster? So we're not actually in here for 8 hours a day trying to get all of our stuff done. And as far as all of the other content I mentioned, we also do have other stuff like Team Arena and the Sky Duel, which is also, RTA. But those have been really nice additions into the game. We have more currencies now. There are more ways to obtain other things. And, I remember what I was saying before my dog went on nutso. I think lucky for them, they were able to sink their claws into me very early. And I am a really loyal person. Because I do get people that message me and they're like, why don't you just leave the game? Because I have had a lot of problems with Ace, not the game, but with the developers or with the staff of the game. And I have not been afraid of voicing that at all. Some of you might know, some of you may not know. And people ask me, why haven't you left? And it's because I do enjoy it. There is so much content, and they added so much content so quickly that I have not even gotten to the bottom of all of it. I honestly wish that I have. I know sometimes I feel a responsibility as a content creator to be out here doing the most, but I am a normal person as well, and I do I make content for other games too. So I'm not always the first or the second or the third person to get a grasp of new content. Sometimes it does take me a couple of months after the release of it before I can actually get around to trying to figure it out and, seeing what works best and what doesn't work for it. I love that they have RTA. That is very, very unique. The only downfall with that, man, do I mention any downfalls because I'm supposed to be talking positively? I'm not going to say downfalls because, well, if you see my other videos, then you know. But RTA is amazing. It's very unique. And as far as I know, there aren't any other games that are in this category that are still doing that. And when I'm thinking of gacha games like this, I'm thinking of Raid Shadow Legends, Infinite Magic Raid, Dislight, Eternal Evolution. There's I mean, there's so many that I didn't even mention, but I could be wrong. That could be an addition to one of those games at this point, but I really, really enjoy the option of RTA. You cannot always be competitive in it for specific reasons, but it's worth competing in, period, just so you can get any amount of rewards. Getting something is always better than nothing. I also love that we can now forge gear. I like the option of getting additional gear outside of dungeons. I cannot tell you, there was probably a good 6 months, like a good 6-month stretch where when I was logging in every day, all I was doing was farming in dungeons. That's it, because there wasn't a lot of content in the game, and we'd already completed stage 12 of everything. That's before they had hell stages out. But I was, I'd already done everything there was to do, so it was just like either stop playing or log in and farm gear, and I did do that. I mean, there were some days where I may have been a bit lazy, but but yeah, I did that for like 6 months, and that's when the game actually lost quite a few players. Oh my gosh. Listen, I've had a lot of caffeine at this point, so my words are going to start, I'm going to have like 4 sentences coming out at the same time. If it doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. But beyond that, as far as, forging, and I love the guild versus environment. It is honestly one of my favorite things in the game. It is super, super, super rewarding, and they have promised that we will have guild versus guild at some point. So this is a really good way to prepare and find the right mixture of guild mates before that comes along, so we can work together, we can make strategies. I wish I was a bit more organized with my guild a bit. We do all right. We don't do bad at all. We do rank typically, so that's good, right? But anyways, it's just nice it is nice to have all of these extra places in the game. I think that now they just need to find a way to make it so that it's not as time consuming. But when I log into the game, there are times when I'm coming in and I'm like, I don't even know what to do at this point, because there are so many options, so many different things that you can do that can be done. I should be much farther along in my, where are you at? In my chosen faction challenges. But to be honest with you guys, I'm not that far along in there. And honestly, one of the biggest reasons is because of, switching gear around. I know that you can use gear sets, and I love that the game has that, but I'm still just kind of lazy about switching gear sets, switching. I'm very close to the point of having enough gear to have almost all my heroes fully geared in a, where it's not like I just have the worst of the worst just kind of hanging around on some of these guys, so where I can actually have decent builds. When I get to that point, I will focus more on chosen factions. You do get benefits. You can upgrade your gear because you can get, they're essentially like these charms where you can boost your attack, or your attack percent, and the substats, your health percent or defense, or whatever the case may be. So it is beneficial. As far as the Lost Sanctuary, I am not a big puzzle person. I know you can get a good amount of rewards from it, but if I show you, like, look at this. This is bad. But even though I'm not the biggest fan of this, it is nice to have all of these options. It is much better to honestly, in my opinion, it's much better to log into the game and wonder, oh my gosh, where am I going to start, than, oh my gosh, I'm just going to do the exact same thing today. Because you don't have to do the exact same thing every day when you log in, because of the way they have their daily quests set up, or their daily challenges. So they have, a decent list of them. I think that there could be a couple more added in so that it wasn't as specific, but you don't have to necessarily complete all of those things every single day to get your quests. You can get, advanced quests, and you can see here, I have not done good with doing my my weekly quest this week, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm a scuffed content creator, right? Is that what we say? But you can get advanced quest points, which can allow you to unlock these things over and over and over again. So, you know, essentially you can get this legendary book, which is nice. And if you work really hard at this, I don't think it takes all that long to actually get to the legendary book. I need to really probably dedicate a good, I don't know, however many days, weeks it takes to do all of these every single day and see how long it takes. But I just, whoo. Yeah, we'll have to see. It might take like a couple of years for that video to come out. But no, I really enjoy the game because of all of the changes they've made. We have events now, we have Dragon Cup rallies, so we can compete in other ways outside of actual PvP, especially in those Dragon Cup rallies. Unfortunately, again, oh man, listen, I'm trying not to say any of the unfortunate things because that's not what this is about. But bottom line, when it comes down to it, I don't plan on leaving this game anytime soon. Honestly, even if another game approaches me, I don't want to say that because I have expectations in place for Ace, and if those things aren't changed on a personal matter, I won't make content for the game anymore. But it doesn't mean that I won't stop playing. So that's something for a whole nother video, a whole nother day. But I do plan on staying here. I plan on, you know, playing until either it's dead or I'm dead, or they really just do something to just tick everybody off. And they've been doing a good job of that recently. But again, I'm here for it. I really love the game. You know, I don't love everything about it, but at the core, this is an excellent game. There's so much that you can do, so much offered, and there are so many different ways you can play the game. And that's not just for Ace. That's a lot of these, you know, turn-based RPG games where you can collect heroes and whatnot. If you haven't played the game yet and you're interested in it, I do have a personalized link for you to start the game in the description of all of my videos. It would be a tremendous help for me if you would use that to download the game as well. And there's a link for another game down there too that you guys can check out that I work for or work with in collaboration with. But also join my growing Discord community. The link for that is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.